bro. Why don't you just talk to me? Bring it to my
Cause
attention.
nigga.
Thank you very much. Again, we have, people always say this nonsense. Communication is key. When it's to communicate, nobody wants to speak on the problem. Bro, the amount of times I hear people talk about communication is key when they're in a relationship. But when they have a problem, they would never address the problem. Communication is key till then we have a problem. Till then there's a problem. Then nobody want to speak about it. People want to do things on their own and just try to figure out on their own. If you have a problem with the man, you come to him and speak to him, baby. That's how I'm feeling. And if he's a man of understanding, a man of wisdom, and of knowledge, you would say, okay, you would acknowledge where you're coming from. And he would say, okay, baby, what is the problem? Why do you feel this way? Because people straight to react instead of sit down and having a conversation. People quick to run to do other stuff instead of focusing on what the actual problem is. Why are we having that? Again, the young brother say, why couldn't you come talk to me so we could fix the problem? Why? If you my woman, obviously you gotta come talk to me, right? You're sending your friends to come and test me. You're sending this and that. And why couldn't you come as a woman and say, okay, that's my man, and sit down and say, baby, that's how I'm feeling, right? I'm not too pleased with the way with the things you've been doing. And I want you to be more clear with me, more open with me about the things you're doing, right? If we have conversations like that, brother, I'm telling you, a lot of relationships, they wouldn't fail. Because again, people, the basic thing, if you understand the importance of communication, right? We can have such a big problem. If we sit down and communicate about that problem, we can solve that problem in 10 to 15 minutes, sometimes even less. All we have to do is speak on the problem and see, okay, that's what the problem is. Now, us speaking about it is figuring out the solution for it. Versus if I say, well, let me ask my friend to come chime into it. Let me ask that person to chime into it. That will not help the problem. It's actually gonna worsen the problem because now we have too much heads. We have too much people. We have too much people in this one little problem that we have. Versus if it's just me and my woman and we conversate and we speak on that problem, we can solve it faster. And there would be no difficult times. We'll just have a conversation and deal with it right then and there. And that problem would been gone already. It would have been something we dealt with already. It would have been happened. So that in itself, when people say, relation communication is key and when it's time to communicate, they don't communicate. To me, you are a liar, right? Because why say, but then when it's the time to do it, you don't do it? That is very hypocritical. And please understand, communication is very important. Say how you feel. If you have somebody that's as understanding and willing to hear you out and see what is the problem, you have to communicate with that person. Don't be a child, don't be a kid and say, well, I don't want to talk about it. Okay. Again, you are hindering your own self when you do that because now you start acting childish, which shows that person you not mature enough to sit down and have a conversation like a regular human being, an adult human being at that. Let's continue.
Niggas be